In this video, I'm going to hand you my exact 30-day plan if you took everything away from me right now and left me with a laptop and Claude. And I'm taking it all the way to a business owner actually sending you money, because that's the part that every other video talking about starting a one-person AI business casually skips. But before I show you the days, let me show you what the end of them actually looks like. $5,000. That's what an accountant paid me to automate the email and SMS going out of his business. And the build only took me a few hours. I didn't have an agency behind me, and I didn't have a team. And 10 months before that, I was making $50,000 a year doing marketing for an insulation company, and I had never even used ChatGPT. So this is doable from wherever you're sitting, as long as what you want is what I'm about to describe. I'm gonna say the word consulting a lot during this video, so let me filter this now. If what you want is to build a SaaS app and then sell subscriptions to strangers on the internet, this isn't your video. This is for the person who wants to walk into a real business and get paid 4 or 5 figures to solve a problem that's costing them money. So if you want to learn how to actually make money with AI, come join my school community of over 3,000 people doing that for real. And if you're a business owner and you'd rather just have this stuff running in your business done for you, book a call with me instead. Both of those links are down below. Because here's the thing that took me way too long to understand, which is that what a business pays you has absolutely nothing to do how hard the build was. And once you see what it actually depends on, you'll start spotting $5,000 problems in businesses that you drive past every day. All right, now let's dive in. And quick context on me first, because it's the reason why I'm giving this to you day by day, instead of just telling you that it worked. A year and a half ago, I was at that insulation company with so much debt that I was checking my bank account before any time that I bought anything. And I was learning to build AI agents at night so that I could get out of that. But I was drowning in YouTube tutorials and completely lost. So then I pulled 250 cold leads. I cold emailed every single one of them, and I got 0 responses. And once I figured out what was actually wrong with that, I signed that accountant, and about 2 weeks later, I hit my first 10K month. And then within a few months, I was able to quit my job. Now I work from home in a Snuggie with a cat on my lap. And in the last year and a half, I've deployed more than 100 AI automation systems and brought in over $150,000 in revenue. Now, the whole 30 days runs on 4 tools. So let me set those up fast, and then we'll get into the actual days. So Claude Code is the backbone. You give it a goal, and it researches, writes the files, and keeps going until the thing works. A year ago, the bottleneck for someone like me was learning N8N well enough to build something sellable. And now that bottleneck is basically gone. Claude Design turns an idea into finished visuals through a conversation. And I know that that sounds cosmetic, but half the reason why a business will pay you $5,000 instead of $800 is that your stuff looks like it came from a real company. Claude Cowork handles everything that isn't code, so proposals and call research. And Claude Dispatch connects your phone to your computer, so you text it a task, and it works while you're gone, which is the only reason why this 30 days is survivable if you still have a job. So that's the toolkit. Now, here's day 1, which starts with a thing that almost everybody gets wrong before they even open their laptop. Days 1 through 3, pick the niche you already know. Most people open a spreadsheet and then try to logic their way into picking the perfect market. So start with what you know instead. Pick a niche you understand because you worked in it, or you have connections in it, or somebody close to you does. I started with insulation companies because I literally worked for one. Then I expanded into the businesses that look like them. So HVAC and roofing and pest control. And you're not marrying this niche, you can move later. 2 things have to be true about whatever you pick. The problems in it have to be expensive, the kind that keep a business owner awake at night staring at the ceiling, and it should be service-based, because a service business isn't buying materials. So their margins are higher and they can actually afford to pay you. Then day 1, open Claude Code and run this. You're a business analyst. I sell AI automation to industry companies in city. Give me the 5 most expensive operational problems that these businesses have, ranked by what each one costs them per month in real dollars. Then find the Facebook groups and subreddits where these owners complain about it, and show me how they describe the problem in their own words. And that last part is the whole trick, because people are honest when they're anonymous and venting to their peers. And the words that they use in there are the words that you're going to put in your outreach email in 2 weeks. By day 3, you want 1 industry, 1 problem, and 1 number that problem costs. And then you go do the 1 part that Claude genuinely can't do for you. Days 4 to 7, Talk to real humans before you build anything. This is the step that separates people who sign clients from people who post in comment sections. Go get 5 real conversations with business owners and start with your warm network. So people you know or people who know the people you know. You're asking what their biggest daily frustrations are and where their business is bleeding time or money. Write down everything because they're telling you exactly what to build and exactly what they're willing to pay for it. And I know what you're thinking, Lindsay, I don't know any business owners. My warm network is 4 people and one of them is my mom. Here's the thing, your mom knows a guy. The first thing I ever built was for my own boss at a job that I was actively trying to leave. Then take all 5 conversations into Claude Cowork and have it pull out the problem that comes up the most and the one that costs the most, because those are usually different and the overlap is the thing that you're about to build. Days 8 through 14, build one thing that makes them money. Now we build, and the priority order is the most valuable thing in this whole video. Saving a business time is good. Saving them money is better. Making them money is the golden ticket, because if you can put revenue in their books, they'll pay you high ticket and they'll keep you around forever. So out of everything you heard in those 5 conversations, build the thing that makes them money. Let me do the math with you on a boring one, because boring is where the money is. A home services company misses calls, and that's the entire problem. Say they get 30 inbound calls a week. They miss a third of those because everybody's out on a job. So that's 10 missed calls. If 1 in 4 of those would have become a job, and the average job is $400, that business is lighting $16,000 a year on fire because it's not answering its phones. Now walk in and quote them $4,000 for a voice agent that picks up. You're not expensive anymore, you're cheap. And you didn't have to become a better salesperson to get there, because the math did it for you. For the build, start in Claude Design so that you can describe the interface and watch it appear. Then hand it to Claude Code to wire up the agent that answers the calls and drops the appointments on the calendar. It does not have to be perfect. Build a working prototype and then stop, because adding more features is just you hiding from the scary part in this video. And here's how to get your first case study when you've got nothing. Go back to the owners from week 1 and say, hey, remember that problem you told me about? I built you a solution. Do you want to try it for free for a month? All I ask is that I can use the results as a case study. Almost nobody says no to that. And what you get is a real result from a real business. By day 14, you want 1 working system, a screen recording of it, and 1 sentence describing the outcome in dollars. And that 1 sentence is what makes the next 10 days work. Days 15 through 24, outreach and why mine failed. If you've got this playing in the background, come back to me, because this is the part that pays, and it's the part where I personally lost 2 months. Remember how I said I sent 250 cold emails and got 0 replies? 250 is plenty, so it was never a volume problem. My emails could have been sent to any business on earth, and every owner already has 100 of those sitting unread. So here's what changed it. You go after the businesses that look exactly like the one that you just got the result for. So if you built something for a roofing company, you hit up more roofing companies, and then the neighbors, meaning HVAC and plumbing, and you use this. Hey name, I built specific solution to solve specific problem for business type. I was able to generate specific result without specific blocker. I'm confident I can get you the same result or better, and I'm so confident that if I don't deliver, you don't pay. Are you interested? Every bracket in there is something that you now have that you didn't have 3 weeks, and that risk reversal at the end is what makes a busy person actually reply. For the list, have Claude Code pull 100 businesses in your city with the owner's name, the phone number, and whether their Google reviews mention not being able to reach them. And that last column is a good one, because a 1-star review that says, called 3 times, never heard back, is a business telling you out loud that they have that exact problem that you're solving for, and you lead the email with it. Then Claude Code drafts each email from the template with that specific detail dropped in, and you send 20 a day, every day, no exceptions. And I know what some of you are thinking. Lindsay, I'm not a salesperson and this feels gross. Here's the thing. You're just asking somebody whether a problem that's already costing them money is annoying them. And it stops feeling gross as soon as you've done 20 of them. Days 25 through 30, the call and close. So you send 20 a day for 10 days, and somewhere in there, somebody says yes to a call. And this is where the whole month gets won or lost, so don't pitch. Your entire job on that call is to understand their problem better than they do. Record it with Fathom so you've got the transcript. Then ask them what made them book the call, where leads are falling through the cracks, and what all of that is costing them. And keep asking why until you've hit the root of it, because the first answer is never the real one. Then reflect it back. So just to reflect what I'm hearing, it sounds like you're trying to get outcome, but you're stuck at bottleneck. Is that right? And then you say, this gives me a really clear picture. I'll map out some solutions and I'll email you within the hour. And I mean within the hour, because this is where technical people fumble, where somebody who can build a voice agent in 2 days takes 2 weeks to write 2 pages, and by then the owner has moved on. So drop the transcript into Claude Cowork and have it write the proposal in this exact shape. 70% is restating their pain and what it's costing them. And I mean 70% because that's the part that makes them feel understood. 20% is what you're actually delivering to them with no jargon in it. 5% is the timeline and 5% is the price. Then push it through Claude Design so that it comes back with clean branding and a simple diagram. And then send a 5-minute loom alongside of it so that they can see it actually working. And you price based off the financial impact and nothing else. If your system puts an extra $5,000 a month on their books, charge $10,000 upfront for the build and $500 a month to maintain it. And then they've made their money back in 2 months. You don't need a website or a logo or a fancy proposal template for any of this. A Google Doc and a Stripe payment link are genuinely good enough. Because businesses don't care about fancy. They care about making money. So that's the 30 days. And I know that there's one thing still nagging you. I know that 30 days sounds aggressive, and it is, but every day in this plan is about 2 hours. And most of those hours are actually Claude working while you're doing something else. It's realistic now in a way that it wasn't when I first started, because I had to go and learn how to build all of this first. And that's the entire part that you get to skip. So picture 30 days from right now. In one version, you thought the missed calls math was clever, and then you opened another tutorial, and you know slightly more now, but your bank account is identical. In the other version, you're looking at a Stripe notification for $5,000 from a business that was bleeding money before you showed up. And nobody tells you this part, but that first payment rewires forever what you think that you're capable of, which ends up being worth way more than money. The tools got easy. Finding the businesses with the expensive problem and having the conversation is the whole skill now. So go practice it and then come tell me where you're starting. Drop a comment and tell me the niche you're going after and the expensive problem you're solving in it. Because if you can't say the problem in one sentence, you haven't found it yet. I help business owners, entrepreneurs, and just regular people turn AI into actual revenue. So if that sounds like you, come join my school community of over 3,000 members doing that exact thing for real. You'll learn how to actually find clients, sell things that they want to buy, and close them. And you'll get access to me to get all your questions answered. The link is down below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.